Saturday morning. Everybody's rolling out. This place is awesome. This is our vehicle after a day of riding with Daniel Osborne. We're going out today with a guy named Ben. Don't know his last name yet, but I'll find it out. So let's go on and have an adventure. So Ben's taking us down the road to hit our first trailhead. That is such a cool thing here. Ride down the road, catch the trail. He's taking us on some trails, ain't he? Oh my gosh. Woo. I'm not sure anybody knows about this one. Only him. From the get-go, I figured out Ben's mission is today, take us on an adventure. He did share with me on our first stop that he's starting us out on some trails that a lot of people don't know where the trailheads are. He said because on Saturdays it gets pretty busy, and he said to keep us from running into so many people and seeing so many people from the start, I'm taking you on trails that a lot of people don't know where they start. So that's why we're doing this. This trail was awesome. Ben knows the area and these trails, that's for sure. That Razor S coming down the trails is massive. The thing it did for me, gave me confidence. If he can make it through somewhere, I know I can make it through, because he's 72 wide. I'm 64. But Ben handled that 72-inch wide like it was a 64-inch. He put it in places I couldn't believe he got through there. We're going to do them corner hard tires, because I've had other people that I've read talk about how good they ride. There's something here, something there. Now Ben told me we're not going to just ride green and blue trails. He said no great stories have ever come from green and blue trails. He said I'm going to take you on a few sections of black trails. Had Christy and I a little nervous, but it all worked out good. Ben took care of us. Super guide. We really enjoyed him, had a lot of fun. Sorry about the big glob of mud right there on the windshield. I kept Rain-X on this windshield, but it didn't repel this mud. This mud, as you can see from the road right here, just a lot of black, sticky mud.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in Gary, and like going down 52, there's like 13 of them like lined up. What it used to be is back in the day, like there used to be a train track through here, and like the coal that goes to the steel mills.
I'm sorry about the little knocking noise. That GoPro 9, the stabilization on it is amazing. It was sitting there vibrating up against that window, shaking up against the front glass. And you can tell by the video it's just making it smooth, but that rattling's the camera tapping the glass. Sorry about that. I'm not knocking the Honda Talon at all. Christy and I really enjoy it, but it was a very apparent, real quick, that Ben was in a Razor S, which is a superior machine. I mean, that thing handled the trails like it was just on a Sunday walk in the park, like it was nothing to it. And it became very apparent that Christy and I are 60 years old and Ben is 26. But we had a lot of fun with Ben. Great guy. Another thing that I noticed is Ben's Razor came with 32-inch tires on it. Ours has got 28s, and they're, you know, little 6-inch and 8-inch tires. I could tell his 32s made a huge difference, and I'm sure they're probably 32 by 10s. And so I've already made up my mind when riding, especially on these Hatfield trails with the rocks, riding behind Ben, that when I get home, I'm putting a set of 30 by 10 by 15 carnivores on this Talon. Again, this is one of the things that's so cool about here is we're going to come to an end of a trailhead and we're going to pull out on a road and ride down this road for a little bit, and we'll pick up another trailhead. I'm sorry about that camera rattling up against the windshield, but I'm not going to delete this footage because of that. You can either watch it or not watch it. These videos are mainly for Christy and myself, for the memories of it. We had such a good time, so we can come back and watch these and enjoy them. So it is what it is. The Talons aren't real sharp turners, and on some of these switchbacks, I did have trouble, and some of the switchbacks I had to back up and make another run at it. The camera never does the terrain justice, but man, we're going up right here. And on these Hatfield McCoy outlaw trails, you're never on the level. You're either going up, going down, going sideways.
I think we're going up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remarked yesterday a couple times, and even did today. You see a split here. How these guides they navigate these trails like there's just nothing to it. They always know where they are. I mean, trails are just intersecting and coming from all directions, going all directions, and they just navigate them like there's nothing to them. And like Ben told me one time during the day here, he said, like, I grew up riding these trails. You ride them every day, every week. You learn them and know where you are. Now, like when we checked into our place where we were staying, the Buffalo Trail Cabins, they had maps in our room for us to take with us. The Hatfield McCoy trails are really well marked. And if you've got those paper maps and you've got like trail views or some kind of GPS that you can use to kind of tell where you are on a certain number trail, you can navigate the Hatfield McCoys pretty good. But when the outlaw trails are intersecting everywhere up through there, and if you get off on those outlaw trails, they're not marked. And so there's where, to me, it could be really easy to get turned around. But the Hatfield McCoy trails are really well marked.
Boy, it's black mud, ain't it? We just don't have to leave for this.
Yesterday, our guide pretty much kept us, we were just on smooth trails. Ben kept us on our toes because we rode a lot of technical trails, and we enjoyed them. I'm not knocking it, I'm just telling you the difference of the two ridings. Of course, we're on a private tour here, so there's not a bunch of side-by-sides or four-wheelers to keep up with. It's just us. And so Ben took us on a lot of trails that maybe are less traveled.
But it's known as the camp. That's what they call the camp. Now you can see from the book, there's been a lot of visitors.
There's probably people that actually spend the night here.
Oh, there is. Yeah, we came up through here. I don't know how many times you see somebody pass out over there on the field.
What are we signing here? Just guest book. Isn't that cool? Got a mirror here, Christy, if you want to beauty up a little bit. Well, guys, you live and learn by your mistakes, and I'm sorry about this camera banging up against the glass, but I don't want to delete this footage. I'll just, next time when I'm filming in the Talon, I will put a piece of foam up there on top of that camera so it doesn't rattle against the glass.
They say that's more of the locals than the visitors. They said the visitors take pride in them. They're glad to be here to ride them. They say it's the locals that do all that mess.
To tell you we had fun up here is an understatement. Man, we love these trails. The changing scenery all the time, the changing terrain of the trails, the creek crossings, and just all of it together just makes the experience just wonderful. I tell you, I sure can't wait to get back and do it again. I'm not sure the name of this creek, but Ben was telling me, and I believe it's on the Pinnacle system, I believe, is what it's on, if my memory's right. But Ben had been telling us about this creek, we're going to ride through this creek, we're going to ride through this creek. And so he was loving taking us through this creek right here. Christy and I enjoyed it, and like he always kept saying, there's no memories on green trails. All your memories are made on the rougher stuff. And so he'd laugh, and he had a big time taking us down through this. And Ben was a super great guide.
Done for the day. It's 6 o'clock. We're coming in for the night. We're going to ride the road all the way in now.
Ben had a 12 volt that you plug into like your cigarette lighter blanket, and he gave that to my wife. It was brand new, and he could tell she was chilly. That's what the little red light on the windshield right there is that glowing that it's on. We highly advise that. My wife does. If you're going out there in the wintertime, get you one of those blankets that you plug in, and she loved that. And so thumbs up to Ben for that, having that for her. He was a wonderful, wonderful guide. Well, guys, thanks for watching. As I said, we were pretty good ways from home, and we wanted to get in a little earlier tonight, so we asked Ben, is there a quicker way we can get back? And he said, I can take you back on the roads, and that way we got back in by 6 o'clock. Thanks for watching. You guys have a blessed day.